Next speaker, talking about logistics, another very important aspect of e-commerce. May I please invite Mr. Dinesh Kumar from Gati to make his presentation. Dinesh Kumar.
I'm sharing my last 4 year experience in e-commerce logistics. It's been hard. It's been great learning for us to understand the e-commerce. I think India is the only country where e-commerce industry as such has started their own logistics channel, own delivery channel. I think it has to do with a couple of major reasons like in US, UK, and other major countries where your logistics is very strong. In India, we struggle. India post somehow was not up to the mark in US, in China, and UK. All the post has been tremendous in terms of helping e-commerce industry. I think logistics as such has been slightly late in terms of understanding the basic requirement of e-commerce, and now they are gearing up and they're gearing up to help e-commerce industry. I'll be sharing my experience and understanding for last 4 years what has happened with me as in company Gati. So we have heard in last 1.5 days why e-commerce is growing. We have just taken a baby step and we all are so excited about this. If you understand e-tailing as such, we are doing just 0.75% of e-commerce in e-tailing. As compared to other countries where the US and UK we are doing 8 to 10%, Korea is leading with 40 to 50% e-commerce in retail. So that way we just have to cross many miles before we feel that we are doing well in e-commerce. There are many things that is going great for the e-commerce simply because major e-commerce buyers are less than 35 years of age. So when this age goes 40, 50 or next 5, 10 years time, we'll have complete age group people buying online, and this e-commerce will go like anything. If we take up what happened maybe 4 years back, there was a huge problem when delivery happened. Customer experience was not good. There was late deliveries, quality was not good. There was no research was being done. People just for the sake of coming into e-commerce, they jumped into that, and we have burned their hands as well. Now things are improving. There is collaboration between various parties in the channel, and I mean there's return policy. There's so many things that have been done to make sure that we make customer happy. As we moved into 2014, internet connectivity is going to get better. The speed is going to get better. We'll shop from anywhere. We will find any place. As and when we are able to connect in any place, we will try to shop it. So shop just not pen drives, mobile phones, electronics item. Shop anything, be your refrigerators to your white goods to your sofas and anything. Logistics and e-commerce. These are the 4 major pillars that we call in e-commerce. One is website. You should be able to have very good website to have attraction from the customer. Then logistics, obviously, payment gateways and promotions. As we say in the industry, supply chain is the backbone in every industry, but it's so important that e-commerce it eats up almost 10 to 30% based on average selling price of certain products. That much percentage is being eaten up by logistics. Maybe 4 years back, when the costing of logistics provider was not in a manner that it can support e-commerce, but then they have learned and trying to support e-commerce in terms of giving them the right cost so that they can move forward and enter into this market. Apart from that, what I understand is that e-commerce industry as such is getting huge money from various investors. Logistics industry needs more money than e-commerce, because this is the pillar which is going to help the e-commerce industry grow. All those e-commerce, logistics companies are trying to invest a lot of money into this field, building a lot of infrastructure. They are not looking into short-term gain. They are looking into a long-term gain by taking short-term pains, investing a lot of money into this. So it's just a long way to go, but I would say if logistics companies, maybe 4, 5 or 7 or 10, whatever we have in India, are able to cope up with the volume that we are expecting in next years to come, we'll have a wonderful future in e-commerce. this is what happened in the last 1.5 years time. As you say, like some delivery, e-commerce express, and those companies have come up simply because the grades of logistics companies were not able to cope with this setup. Their technology part of it, the delivery channel part of it, they were somewhat they were somewhat not up to the mark with coping this kind of channels. For the same reason, many of the e-commerce companies have this separate channel. But I fail to understand the likes of Blue Darts, Gatis, and those companies has taken 20-30 years to build this infrastructure with that huge geography. I fail to understand how these companies will be able to cover the complete India and every inch of India. I think we need to unite both e-commerce companies as well as logistics to make sure that we have a single goal rather than eating up and trying to push each other really hard. We take the long-term goal and help each other out in that. These are the major challenges that we feel is there in e-commerce industry. One is pin code reach and last mile delivery. I think we have somewhere around 25,000 pin codes. If we take about all the major 4 to 5 logistics companies, we cover only 10,000. We are not covering even the complete India. As we say, direct delivery pin codes in logistics industry, we have Gati does around 6 to 7,000. Somebody does 4 to 5,000. Taking all those pin codes, we do only 9 to 10,000. So we are not covering complete India as such. This is a major bottleneck for us. We need to make sure that every month on month we keep on reaching reaching every next city that we cover and help e-commerce industry grow. COD option and COD reconciliation. Unlike other markets in India, COD option has been such that that has helped e-commerce industry grow. In other countries, people use credit cards, debit cards, and other payment options. But in India, it is basically COD. 85% of the shipment which is being sold online are through COD. This becomes a bottleneck for complete e-commerce industry and logistics company because a delivery boy at any moment of time carrying 40,000 of money. It's a risk on his life. It's a risk for the logistics company. It's a risk for the e-commerce industry as well. So somewhat we need to work on how we convince our buyers to make sure that they pay through credit card, maybe after or before that, so that this risk is taken away from the industry. Maintaining customer relationship. Where do we connect to the customer? I mean, we always have heard like there's unhappiness in the customer stating that shipment was delayed, shipment was damaged. How we connect to him, how we make sure that he is happy about if his shipment getting delayed, he's being informed 3-4 times, SMS being sent, or for any reason, he should be informed. At times, I mean, there's a legal case stating that I had ordered for my birthday, but it has gone by, and we have seen these cases with many of our customers. Trust of third-party vendor. Let me make you understand this trust of third-party vendors. Not every logistics company have their own fleets and all delivery boys. They depend on third-party vendors. This is a fundamental question to all the logistics companies, what they want to do. They cannot depend on all the third-party vendors. They cannot have their own fleet. They cannot have their own bikes on the road. How do we cope with that? We don't have that many delivery boys, delivery vans in the market that can capture the complete volume that is coming up from the e-commerce industry. I mean, this is a tricky question as such, and we are opting for 3 to 4 major business model to cater to the shipment which is arriving in our network. Ship to deliver time. In other countries, it's about 3 to 4 days. They cover complete country. In India, it takes about 9 to 10 days. India being such a vast city, and we need to work out different routes, different channels, because right now everybody is working on hub and spoke based on the volume that is there in the industry, B2B volume as well as B2C volume. I think different routes has to be designed to make sure that we bring down this ship to delivery time. Otherwise, the experience of the customer will again be a problem for us. Package cost, separate delivery for same order. Let me make you this concept understand. E-commerce industry is going big way for a marketplace model. So if you're buying say 3 books from same website, these 3 books might be from 3 different merchants. You won't get these 3 books in a single day, in a single moment of time. These books will arrive in 3 different days or 3 different courier partners. How do we capture? How do we understand this? How do we make sure that customer don't feel agitated? I mean, there's nobody in the industry who is working on this, it seems. Otherwise, there will be a huge problem for us, for the customer experience, because marketplace is really big at this moment of time. Cost per kg and collection cost of COD orders. I think there is nothing being worked out in terms of what should be charged to the e-commerce industry. There has been just the numbers being put up and negotiation and closed on. There are various companies are paying about 8 to 10% to 35% based on average selling price of the product that they are shipping. So the costing has to be defined, and all the stakeholders need to sit together. How do they go forward? 35% of any product is huge. You cannot make money out of it. Just for impressing your investor that you are having this much volume, you are having this many orders, we should not be doing that. We should sit down and make sure that we are making a business model which is sustainable. Size of the product. In the years gone by, maybe a few months back, we used to have only shipment which is more than which is up to 10 kg or 20 kg. As Gati, if I tell you, we are shipping anything from 10 gram to 1 ton. We are delivering sofas weighing 250 ton. We are delivering 8-feet refrigerator. So that constant is there. That requires different kind of capacity. That requires different kind of commitment. That sofa or that refrigerator has to be delivered on 5th floor or 2nd floor or 9th floor. How do we understand and make sure that it is being done in a proper manner? Now, this reverse logistics becomes a major part of it. As every e-commerce industry, as an e-commerce person wants to make sure that his customer is not unhappy about anything. So everybody say 30-day return policy. Reverse logistics becomes a really pain for anybody, because as you know, customer is agitated simply because product is faulty or product is not working, he is not happy with that product. So any delay in getting the shipment picked up, it becomes a real problem for anybody. Reverse logistics, as a moment of time, nobody is expert in doing that. Either you need to have a separate channel or separate team working on that. We are working on that, but then still a long way to go to be expert in reverse logistics. I talked about code, on-network versus third-party network. Delivery time for Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 and Tier 4 cities. In last couple of days time, we have heard that market is moving towards Tier 2 and Tier 3 and Tier 4 cities. I don't know anybody is having that much capacity to be able to deliver in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. In the last presentation, we heard that Flipkart said no, if certain shipment is more than 10,000, they won't deliver in Ghaziabad. Then the perception has to go off. We need to have trust in all the geography. Market is obviously there. They are not able to get the brand in those cities. So that requirement to be able to set up that infrastructure in those cities is important. Apart from that, what I have seen in my last 4 years experience, the complete vendor base, so as to say merchant base is based out of Delhi, Mumbai and Bangalore. We need to explore merchants in these Tier 3 and Tier 4 cities to be able to bring more trust and enthusiasm in those centers. Rates I've talked about in previous slide. Dedicated relationship manager and call center support. Every company has call center, be outsourced or in-house. Customer as and when gets agitated, he needs somebody to speak to. We have our in-house call center, which is working 24 hours and 7 days a week. This becomes a bottleneck simply because our call center team or e-commerce call center team is not able to convince customers on various aspects. Why it is being delayed, what is the product contents, what is all about. So that becomes a bottleneck and essential, so that we make these people understand and make sure they're happy. Technology support. We just saw in the previous presentation regarding technology. Everybody is working on outsourcing or in-house, but nobody is perfect in technology at this moment of time. There are a lot many things which needs to be worked on. There's no perfect process. We are just making sure that things are happening. We are learning and again attempting to make sure that we are making perfect next time around. Packaging becomes a really important aspect. Till now, we were working on brick and mortar model wherein everything was moving in big trucks. There was no single shipment movement. For example, we used to buy only refrigerator only from nearby places, just a 2 kilometer, 5 kilometer distance being traveled by the fridge. Nowadays, if you are supposed to take your fridge from one location to 2000 kilometers, how do you pack it? The packaging requirement is being, it should be looked upon as a separate entity, and there has to be proper care being given to this. There's a lot of returns because of damages, because nobody has given that much importance. We had a session on packaging, but this packaging only for small shipment. White goods product requires separately a different kind of packaging. WMS, as we had a session yesterday regarding the omni-channel and marketplace model. A single merchant might be working with many of the e-commerce companies. So what happens is he might be having 4 SKUs which is available on portal, but then that can be eaten up by a single person and he will be out of stock. What happens then? How do you maintain that stock visible in the industry? So we probably need to have integration among all the stakeholders so that the stock out doesn't happen. What does efficient shipping and really good supply chain brings to the customer and to the industry? Delivery on time. Whatever you have committed, be it 5 days, 7 days, 2 days, we should be able to do that. It should not be that we have given 5 days and we are continuing on second day. Since we are working on COD, 85% of the shipment are on COD, they might not be ready with the COD. So we should be able to fulfill complete commitment that we have made to the customer. No damage, as I spoke earlier regarding packaging. We need to work on backend, the basics of it, why it is getting damaged, how we should make sure that it should not get damaged. This will bring our customer happiness. Everybody doing the tracking and tracing of shipment, every scan is being captured at every place. How do we make sure that customer is being allowed to understand if it is a delay, if it is not a delay? India is a vast country, and then there are many times there's a difficulty in terms of getting shipment delivered on time. Apart from Blue Dart, nobody is having their own freighters. So complete e-commerce industry is using the normal passenger airlines, and that airlines have limited capacity. So we are bound to get a shipment offloaded. Talking about Gati, I think in the last couple of years we have come up a long way. We had just a couple of customers, and then we realized that we need to have a separate division, and we have Gati Connect, which is looking after complete e-commerce industry. There's a separate vertical, separate team, separate IT team, HR, everything is separate for this vertical. We cover maximum pin codes 6,700. I think by far the most that industry covers. We have around 4,000 on vehicles and some around 500 two-wheelers, and then we are expanding every month, and we are adding about 20% of capacity every month. Even the 20% addition of capacity is not good enough for us to make sure that we are able to have more customer quantity. Whatever customers we have, we are able to make them survive with our capacity. So, I mean, we are working on that. Apart from that, I talked about packaging. We have 4 e-fulfillment centers where we do packaging from 10 gram to fridge to your LEDs to anything. So that facility basically helps the marketplace model wherein certain merchants are not capable enough to pack those shipments. These are multimodal services. I think we are best in service, and then we are putting a lot of efforts to make sure that we make our perception industry that we are equally good in air shipments, and we cover most of the city. We do same day pickup and same day delivery. We have done this pilot last month, and we have done it successfully. In major metros, we are picking up in the morning and delivering by 7 p.m. in the evening. Apart from that, same day delivery we are doing in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai. We are picking shipment which has been ordered till 1 p.m. and we are delivering by 8 p.m. in the night. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much.